The next morning, there's a very early start for a long, misty climb. The trip to the Sarankote peak high above the lake is one of Pokhara's must-dos, a spiritual experience to greet the first rays of celestial gold. But it wasn't to be. A few hundred people and I have been up since 4:30 this morning waiting for the sunrise, but it looks like the sun's turned its back on us. But at least for 200 Nepali rupees, you can buy what it might have looked like. When the sacred Fishtail Mountain finally bared all, we were well gone and back in Pokhara for a date in town. Teenage girls are the same anywhere, giggly and chatty. But these girls have something to be really happy about, for they're amongst the first Nepali girls to be trained to be river guides.
I think so. Today we do launching from here. And helmet, can you and it doesn't come over your... Yeah, it does. We will need to make it a little bit more tight.
Despite the many lakes and rivers, Nepali girls never get to play in them, let alone learn to be river guides. New Zealand's played a big part in getting this to change.
Make a line. The biggest reason is Nepali girls are not really supposed to stay outside the home, but girls have just never been given the chance before. Some girls here in Pokhara was asking me, please teach us kayaking, you know, we want to do a river job. Okay, so everyone listen. We're going to cross the lake again today, okay?
To make things more difficult, most Nepali girls can't swim. So Inka suggested to a New Zealand friend, Sophie Hoskins, to head over to Nepal and help start the country's first girl river guide training group.
So she did an amazing job just getting a whole group of girls together, and kayaks, paddles, you know, all the gear, you know.
All of that came from New Zealand?
A lot of it came. A big part of all our club gear came from New Zealand. There are so many different things that these Kiwi girls did to help us out. You know, one of the things was just coming over and kayaking and being an inspiration for these girls. Just watching them, even for me, it was inspiring, you know. And so for the Nepali girls, they were just like, wow, you know. They'd never seen anything like it, you know, a group of girls doing something like that.
The training is a 7-day course, which is an introduction to kayaking and rafting.
So after the 7 days, they will go on to work experience with different companies for 5-6 weeks to be on the river and work hard and see how hard it is, because it is a very hard job. These girls, so we have 6 new girls learning kayaking here this week, and they're all from different parts of Nepal. You know, they've never really had any chance to do much, anything, you know. They keep surprising me, this new group of girls. They're never scared, you know, or once in a while a little bit, but like when we were doing the launch today, I thought, ooh, this will be exciting. Maybe someone will, you know, say, no, I don't want to do it. But they're all like, yeah, I want to do it, I want to do it, you know.
Radha Tamang was one of the first students in 2006. This year, she's one of the team instructors.
First, my family didn't want me to do this job. They thought the river was too dangerous. Now they've seen what I do, and they're happy.
She was one of the girls I could see in kind of her personality, because you have to kind of have a certain personality to become a guide. She was like, when everyone else was getting tired, she was still like, you know, laughing and talking and being like really positive. Yeah. So now she's working as a rafting guide and as a safety kayaker on the easier rivers. So she's doing really well, as well as teaching new girls. It's a really, really nice experience. Yeah, just using what I know, and you know, Nepal is like second home for me, and to help the girls out here, it's like, yeah, it means a lot to me. You know, it's made, you know, my life has changed through this project. Just I feel that, you know, I'm doing something really important. Okay, let's go. Both left and right. Come a little bit up this way. Paddling.
Next week, we finally make it to the mountains and learn a little of life on a trek. The 21-day Annapurna circuit is Nepal's most famous walk. High on another hill nearby, a bunch of Kiwis are building a village. We arrive on the final day of Habitat for Humanity's Everest Build 2010. 150 Kiwis are here, helping to build 40 new homes, and all in the space of 1 week. That's next week on Asia Down Under. This programme was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.